Is anybody there? It's me, Bethany, checking in. The eve of natural disaster release. I don't know if there's anyone even here yet. Is it just me? Hello, is anyone out there? I feel like the first few minutes of a live are the most humiliating moments of one's life because you never actually know if anyone's there or if anyone will join you. And then you're just like, cool, I'm talking to myself. Hi, guys. Hi, elf, great tree, and reckless creature. How's it going? Hi, Victor. Okay, cool. There's people here. I don't know how many of you are here, but I'm going to pretend like there's thousands and thousands of you. How's it going, guys? I'm Bethany Cosentino, but if you joined this live, you may know that. And I'm checking in with you today to talk to you about my debut solo album, Natural Disaster, which comes out at midnight. I mean, really, technically, I'm in LA, so it comes out at 9 p.m. Hello from Wisconsin. Hello, and thank you. You guys, this is truly one of the most exciting moments of my life. I don't say that hyperbolically either. This is a long time in the making. Sorry, my little tripod is shaky. I've been wanting to make an album that sounds like Natural Disaster for a very long time. It is heavily influenced by a lot of the music that I listened to growing up as a teen, young, mostly like a tween. Music that was on the radio in the 90s, Sheryl Crow, Michelle Branch, Indigo Girls, Counting Crows. It also touches on my influence and love of Linda Ronstadt, Joni Mitchell, all sorts of influences in there that I've never really dipped into before. Oh, wow, there's 6 of you here. What a great crowd. That's okay. We are a special, oh no, there's 8. Okay, we're growing. We're a grower, not a shower. Sorry, NSFW. My daughter and I love seeing you at the forum. Thank you. That was truly such an exciting, awesome moment. I'm gonna put this record down now because I feel weird holding it, but I will just remind you that's why we're here. We're checking in about a natural disaster. Natty D, as Team Bethany Cosentino likes to call it. Again, it comes out tonight, 9 p.m. midnight. You know the drill. You know your time zones. 15. Hi, 15 people. The Paramore show at the Forum. That was a truly iconic, incredible, exciting moment for me. I've been friends with Haley Williams since Crazy for You came out, which is wild. By the way, happy 13th birthday to Crazy for You. Today it is officially a teenager. It's so Hurricane Bethany tonight. Thank you. Thank you very much. Natural disaster, yes, Hurricane Bethany. Yeah, happy anniversary, 13th anniversary to Crazy for You. I did not plan on having Natural Disaster come out the day after Crazy for You 13 years prior, but if you know anything about me, you know that I'm a bit of a woo-woo spiritual bitch, and I really feel like it's a little bit of a nudge, wink, pat on the back from the universe telling me that I'm in the right place doing the right thing. So that's a really exciting thing. And thank you so much to everybody who has supported me from Best Coast, Crazy for You, first debut album, all the way to here now in 2023 with Natty D. Yeah, it's really exciting. It's a really exciting time in my life. I'm 36 years old, and I really just felt like it was time for me to evolve and try something different. So that I did. And the record itself took me about 3 years to really get the inception started in 2020, so 3 years ago, and then I started tracking the record with Butch Walker in like 2021. So this has been a long time in the making, and I am truly just, I can't believe it's hours away. So if you have any questions about the album or the making of the album, or even if you want to talk about Crazy for You, or you want to ask me any questions about my skincare routine, my favorite television show, whatever the fuck you want to talk about, I'm here to hang out with you. This is my lovely office, by the way. This is my music room / office. I have all my guitars back here. And I have Queen Cheryl. I don't know if you can see it. Queen Cheryl Crow Tuesday Night Music Club poster over my shoulder. That was a gift from my good friend Yossi Solik, who has an incredible podcast called Bandsplain, and a new one called 24 Question Party People. Okay, no questions in the chat. Oh, what's your favorite TV show? Thank you for asking. My favorite TV show, probably, if we're talking all-time favorite TV show, probably Seinfeld. It still holds up for me. It's just such a nostalgic show, but I also love The Sopranos. Succession, I think, is one of the best TV shows I've ever seen. I know you have some dates in LA planned, but any plans to, I assume, any plans to, we want to wear to pop up to promote the album. That's so fucking funny. Okay, hold on. Now there's questions rolling. Give me 1 second. Yes, I do have shows in LA, by the way. Let me plug those. Next week, if you're in LA, I'm doing an in-store at Fingerprints in Long Beach on Tuesday, August 1st, where I will be playing a handful of songs off the new record. And then on Thursday, August 3rd, Amoeba Hollywood, which I'm so excited about. Best Coast did an in-store there when Crazy for You came out. Just so many synchronicities in my life and so many things that are lining up, which would mean that I did that about 13 years ago, which is wild. So I'm very excited to return to Amoeba. And then I have a full band, really like celebration of the album show at the Troubadour in LA on September 18th, I think. I think it's September 18th. One of my managers is probably in this chat, so I'll let them fix that if that was wrong. And if you are curious if I'm going to play shows other places in the world, yes. Just be patient. I'm figuring that out as we speak. And I can't wait to bring this album out into the world. I feel like some of these questions are like cut off. Like I can't fit, like, cause I see the ones like my 10-year-old who adores you wants to know if I'll ever what? I don't see the rest of the question. Yeah, it's weird. It only shows me. There she is, Mackenzie from management, September 18th. Cool. I got it right. Yeah, I can only see like half the question. Sorry. Oh my God. Can I just say being around since the Bethany Shreya days? Can't see the rest of the question, but thank you for being around since the Bethany Shreya days. For those of you unfamiliar, Shreya is my middle name. And when I was like 17, 18, I started making music under the name Bethany Shreya. That was like my initial like singer-songwriter moment. And I did it. I did the thing. I played some shows. I recorded some music. I put music out on a thing called Pure Volume, RIP, and MySpace. But it's so cool to me that there are people that have followed me since all the way back then. It's really amazing. So thank you. Oh, if I'll get a new kitty. You know what? I don't know. I haven't had the desire to get a new cat since Snacks passed away. He was so special, and he was such a unique character with such a specific personality. And I just don't think anyone could ever replace him or come anywhere near. So, I never say never. But as of right now, no. Is Best Coast still a band? Yes, Best Coast will forever be a band. Even if Best Coast breaks up, it's still a band. I'm not a person that believes in finality of anything. I think that creative projects can go away and come back, or go away and never come back and still exist. Right now, I am very much focused on just being Bethany Cosentino and, celebrating this album, Natural Disaster, which comes out tonight, tomorrow, whatever. But Best Coast is where I came from, and I didn't want to break up the band because it just didn't seem necessary. And Bob is like family to me, always will be. And yeah, I don't think Best Coast has gone away forever, but for right now, it's just I want to focus on being Bethany. So I appreciate the support from all Bethany and Best Coast heads. While I have you, I'm going to do a little QVC moment and show you some of the merch for Natural Disaster that I have for sale in my web store. First up, we have this. This is a really hard. Hold on. I'm going to try to really do this so you can really see. First up, we have this t-shirt. Can you see it? It's me. This was heavily influenced by all of the t-shirts of like the 90s where there were just portraits of people, kind of like bootleg vibes. I have this Shania Twain t-shirt that I love that very much is this bad. My friend Perry Shao designed, available now in the shop. Bethany Cosentino store. I'm not sure. It's BethanyCosentino.com. Yeah. There's a link in there. This is another shirt. This is the Natural Disaster t-shirt. My new song, the title track off the record, Natural Disaster, came out a couple days ago. And the lyrics to the song, the chorus is, "This is the hottest summer I can ever remember because the world is on fire," which didn't realize that the summer I put the song out would actually be the hottest summer on record. I am oddly a psychic. I feel like I've done this many times. I feel like I have premonitions with lyric writing, but I don't know that this one is like my favorite premonition that I've ever had because it's a bit frightening. Anyway, we don't want to go down the dark hole of the planet's on fire. This record has a lot of hope in it, so let's stay there. This is a t-shirt that has Bethany Cosentino matchbook, and then the back is a spiral with the world on it and the lyrics to Natural Disaster, also designed by my friend Perry Shao. And then we have this t-shirt, which says Bethany Cosentino, Queen of LA. It is a direct reference to a t-shirt that Mick Jagger used to wear that said Linda Ronstadt, Queen of LA. And I'm a massive Linda Ronstadt fan. She's my favorite artist of all time. Honestly, I have her name tattooed here, Linda. So I just thought that like it'd be fun to make a replica of that. And, I feel like I can call myself a queen of LA. I've represented LA for many years. And then we have a tote bag. I'm obsessed with this tote bag, you guys. It's huge. It can carry so much stuff. It's really good quality material. And speaking of climate change, one of the very simple ways that we can do our part to treat our planet better is to use reusable bags. I am a reusable bag head. I have so many of them. And every time I go to the grocery store, the person at the checkout goes, "Thank you so much for bringing your bags." And I go, "No problem, sir, ma'am," or they, them. Yeah, who cares? It's fine. It's fine. Who cares? These are lyrics from the song "It's Fine," which was the first single. We need some way to separate BC, Best Coast, and BC. Yeah, I mean, I think the record that I made sonically definitely separates Best Coast Bethany and Bethany. It's a very big departure from Best Coast. And I think that intentionally I really wanted to make a record that tapped into a lot of the influences and things that didn't really ever feel that I could tap into with Best Coast, because I feel like Best Coast very much, is its own thing. And I didn't want to like come in and totally like, you know, change the entire band. I just felt like it was time for me to go try something else. Were you an Everclear fan? I was absolutely an Everclear fan. So much for the Afterglow Rules, Santa Monica, iconic, incredible song. We need you in Brazil. Huge fan here. Aw, thank you. Thanks for tuning in from Brazil. That's awesome. I'd love to come to South America with this record. Best Coast got to go once, and it was so much fun. Wow, now there's 40 people. Welcome. If you're just joining, we are having a little chit chat check in about my album, Natural Disaster, which comes out today, technically tonight, tomorrow. Let me show you the inside of the album, by the way. The album packaging is probably my favorite part. I grew up in the 90s, early 2000s, buying CDs, going to the record store to get an album when it came out. And I really love album packaging, and I love like liner notes specifically. I love to read along the lyrics to a song. I still now, like when I stream a record for the first time, I pull up the lyrics and I read along because I'm a writer, I'm a lyricist. I like to see what people have to say. I feel like musicians want you to know what they're saying. So let me show you this beautiful album packaging that we created. Hold on, I'm gonna go back. This is a fold-out poster that comes with the album cover, with the album. This is a photo taken by Shervin Linez, who shot all of the photos, the album cover, and all of the photos from, all of the album, like promo pictures and everything. On the back of this is more photos taken by Shervin Linez, and all of the lyrics to every single song are in here. So if you bought a vinyl, or if you have yet to buy a vinyl and you plan on it, I would love it if you would take a moment to open up the album packaging and read along and see the stories that I have to tell. Also in here, there's a little note from me to you about the state of the world, the planet, not to get all bummer vibes on this fun chit chat. But I really wanted to call attention to Natural Disaster, the album title, and the song. I would say that Natural Disaster, the song, is very much a commentary on the state of the world, the temperature of the world, the planet, and, I have a lot of climate anxiety, as I'm sure most of us do, because it is very scary to wake up to so many headlines saying that, Earth is at its hottest temperature it's ever been. Like the ocean in Florida is like 100 degrees, which is just really scary and hard to wrap my mind around. But I wanted to make a record that, obviously wasn't ignoring the fact that all of these really scary things are happening in our world, but how can we walk through this world? How can we walk through this world sort of looking at the magic of it all? Because while, yes, it is very frightening what's happening and horrific that people's rights are being stripped and racism is still alive and well, which is horrific. Terrible old people are in, controlling our government. Apparently there's aliens now. You can't ignore that those things are happening. But I wanted to create something that felt like at the end of the day, it could make people feel hope, and just remind all of us, myself included, that there still is a lot of magic and beauty in the world. So that was a very long, convoluted thing, but there's a little note in the liner notes. I'll just read it to you. It says, lastly, there's a whole thank you section because again, I'm an old school girl. I love to thank my close people and all the people that helped with the record. So there's a paragraph of thanks, and then it says, lastly, a little note from me to you. This record is about struggling with disaster in the everyday and leaning into love to save yourself. Our planet is in trouble. Visit evergreenaction.com to learn more about what you can do to combat the climate crisis and protect and love our Mother Earth. She's the only one we've got. Love to you all, XOBC. So, if you want to hop over to evergreenaction.com and see how you can, little tangible actions that you can do to help the planet, that'd be sick, because it's literally the only one that we can live on for now. I think the billionaires might be trying to change that, but I hope that they just all go live on one planet together and let us fix this one. Anyway, here are the labels to the album, by the way. This really beautiful smoke from the background of the album cover. That's side A. Side B is a little gorgeous sunset sky. Yeah, I'm over the moon. I really am. I'm so excited about the next chapter of my life and my career. For those of you that have been around since the beginning, I think you probably know that I've been very vocal about struggling with mental health. And, I've been really open and honest and vulnerable with y'all for a very long time. But I think that the vulnerability and the openness in this new chapter of my life and career, and especially on this album, is coming from a place of the wisdom that I've learned just by way of my experience on this earth, by way of my experience in this industry, healing from a lot of trauma, picking myself back up when I fall, and again, just like looking for daily evidence of magic, because there really is so much of it out there. And I'm sorry that I'm now just this super healthy, positive person. I feel like people for a long time counted on me to be their angsty queen. I got bored. I got tired of being angsty. Let's see. What else? What else could I tell you about, or what else could I talk about? Music videos. I just put out a new music video for Natural Disaster. You can watch it now here on YouTube. There is also a music video for my first single, It's Fine, on here. There is a visualizer for my other single, Easy, as well as for a Moment. And For a Moment is really cool. It features a lot of footage from the studio. I feel like the studio aspect of this album has been slightly invisible because I made this record in secret. So I didn't normally I feel like when artists make albums, they have so much to show of them in the studio making the album. But because I was making this record, again, no one knew I was doing it, I was just kind of capturing my own content and footage and whatnot. And I will start to sort of continue to roll that out as time goes on, because there is a lot of it. And I made my record with Butch Walker, who is an incredible producer, an incredible musician, and just all around an incredible guy. Just such a good person. And I feel so grateful that I got to make a record with a producer like Butch, especially for my first solo record. And I just feel like he really understood me and really helped me make the record that I've always wanted to make, but never really felt confident enough to make. For those of you that might be much younger than me, I'm 36, so I'm not really that old. I feel like sometimes I feel very old. Spiritually, I feel like I'm about 80. But I just want to say that with age comes so much wisdom, and so much, you just really learn so much about yourself and the world, and a real level of confidence starts to brew in you. And so if you are a person at all who's afraid of aging, don't be. It's a really cool, magical experience. And yes, your body changes and all this stuff starts to happen, but it's a privilege. It's a privilege to grow older. And I'm just so grateful that I am not only privileged enough to grow older, but also privileged enough to still be in this industry nearly 15 years later, and to be in a place where I can, pivot and try something new. And so many people are rallying around me to support me. And that means so much to me. You have no idea how scared I was to make this record and how scared I was to announce it. I was very afraid that people would be like, we don't care about you. We only care about Best Coast. But I'm finding that you guys care about me as a person, and that means a lot to me. And, as I said earlier, Best Coast is my baby. It always will be. And I have the utmost, I have some really traumatic memories of early Best Coast era, but I also have really incredible ones. And I have lived a really amazing life. And I can't wait to see what comes next for me. So, um, yeah, it's just a really exciting time. It's hot in here. I turned my AC off because one, just felt like I feel like my electricity bill is going to be nuts. And also, I didn't want it to be super loud on the live. So I turned it off. And now I'm feeling the effects because guess what? It's the hottest summer I can ever remember. What else? Let's see. I don't know. I feel like I covered it all. I don't really know like what else there is to say other than I'm just so excited and grateful, and thank you to all of you for following along and supporting me and listening to the music. Please continue to stream stuff, but also it would really mean a lot to me if you went out and bought a copy of the album, whether it's vinyl or CD, because I still have a CD player in my car and I still do listen to CDs. We live in an era now where as a musician, it is hard to make money because streaming doesn't pay us well. And, that is why other industries are striking. But for me, it's not even about making money. It's just about creating art. But it does mean a lot to me when people go out and spend their hard earned money on a piece of art that I created, especially because, again, I put so much time and effort into the actual physical record itself. I'm not a person that will ever deliver anything half assed. I'm quite a perfectionist, in fact. But yeah, it really would mean a lot to me if you went out and bought it. And if you do go out and buy it, if you would tag me on social media, that'd be cool. My Instagram is Bethany _ Cosentino, and my Twitter is Bethany Coast. Because I would love to see your copies, like in your homes, how you're listening to them. Are you listening to them in your car? Are you dancing? Are you crying? Are you doing both? Are you cooking dinner? Are you I want to see how you're living with natural disaster. So, yeah, guys. Oh, my AC just went on. Well, I guess my AC, I didn't turn it all the way off. I did the thing where I turned it the temperature very high and that it would turn itself on. So I guess it's now at 80 degrees in the house because that's what I set it to. Fuck, man. It's the hottest summer I can ever remember thing is not a fucking joke. It's wild. But again, I don't want to bring the mood down. I really just want everyone to remember that life goes on and it is incredibly hard to feel hopeful when, again, everything around us feels like it's fucked, and it is fucked, but I don't think that means we give up. I think that means we keep trying and we keep loving and we keep living and laughing. LOL. Waiting on my vinyl copy, hoping it arrives this weekend, early next. I hope it arrives for you soon too. I kept thinking about vinyls arriving to places where it's so fucking hot right now. I was like, are people's records gonna melt? I hope everyone is around to bring it inside. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna go. It was really fun to check in with you. The record is out tonight, technically tomorrow, wherever you are. At the stroke of midnight, it will be available to you on all the streaming platforms. And if you ordered a vinyl, keep an eye out, bring it inside so it doesn't melt. And if you haven't gotten your copy yet, there's plenty of them available on my website, bethanycosentino.com. I feel like I'm on QVC. bethanycosentino.com. Hashtag natural disaster. Hashtag indie music. Hashtag song of the summer. Those are hashtags I have to use on TikTok. Okay, well, thank you so much for being here. It means a lot to me that you hopped on and hung out with me and spent time with me in the middle of your afternoon or evening or morning. I guess it depends on where you are. And again, thank you so much for supporting me. It really means the world to me. I'm so grateful that I still get to do this. And I really feel like this is just the beginning of something new for me. So thank y'all so much. And yeah, don't forget merch, tote bag, save the planet, blue canteen. This is mine, but also another way to save the planet. Also, there's a lyric in my record, on my record, in a song called Calling on Angels, where this thing gets a shout out, but not in the way where I'm like, oh my God, my blue hydro flask. See if you can catch it. See if you can catch the lyric about my reusable water bottle that I take everywhere with me. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you again for all the support. The album is out tonight, tomorrow, everywhere at midnight. I love you all, and I'm, again, just so grateful. I can't say it enough, and I really mean it. I'm not just on here acting. I do know how to act, but this is not an act. This is pure, authentic Bethany love. So thank you again. Okay. Bye. These are so awkward to start and so awkward to end. So enjoy the rest of your day, and happy 13th birthday to Crazy For You. Go listen to that one too, because I own the masters to that. So if you stream that one, I'll actually make money off of it. And Bob will too.